Hey guys, welcome back. So the biggest thing, or at least first tip is go sign up for Team Syncer. It's a huge application that I built, currently still working on religiously. It's my entire Code Chronicle series on this YouTube channel, and you can watch a little bit about it, read a bit about it. But in short, it's a project management system where you can generate reports and easy sign in, easy sign up, all that stuff, and easily able to manage tasks. So that's going to be my first tip. Again, you can sign in with your federated identities pretty quick, and then I'll slide into tip 2 and 3, which is going to be some Git commands. But again, this is just such a powerful system, right? Perfect with GitHub. You can document all your project URLs, your notes, your project descriptions. You can add tasks. You could rename them. You could do a ton of work on Team Syncer, right? Where you could generate reports, see all the work that's being done. It works hand in hand with project management and version control. It's a really one-in-one deal. So you can obviously track project completion here. You can manage your projects overall, delete them, restore them if you need to. You could purchase a membership if you need more space, and report bugs, things like this. And yeah, so I'm and still adding features, and of course cycle through projects as well. Depending on which projects you're working on, you can easily cycle them through. So I've been a software engineer for a few companies, and this is by far my favorite management system, is the one I created, because it's the one that doesn't exist or didn't exist until I created it. So that's step one to help with version control, is land on a good management system. Team Syncer obviously being my biggest recommendation. The second thing I want to talk about, let's go ahead and go to our first project, is just a few tips and tricks that I've picked up across time. So let's build a next application real quick, and I want to show you guys npx create next app latest. I just want to show you a few things you could do in your packaged lock file. I'm just going to run through all these defaults real quick, but I want to show you guys how to use GitHub in a cheeky way. So you can see we've made some significant changes to the main branch right here. You can see there's an asterisk next to it, and all of our source control is saying, hey, we made a bunch of changes. And this is obviously when you're working in an enterprise company, other engineers are going to be like, hey, dude, why are you working on main right now? But for me, never been a problem. Never been a problem. Because there's Git commands like git stash, where you can actually stash all of these changes, right? So if we go to our Lucid chart, we're making a bunch of code changes. And when I press git stash, what it kind of does is it pushes all these changes to this staging area, or I'll say stashing area, that doesn't belong to anything. It doesn't belong to any branch. Like, this specific staging area belongs to this branch. So when I stash, I'm pushing all this code. Even if I was working on the main branch, not a big deal. I'm stashing all those changes in this auxiliary space that is unaffected to the main branch. So I've now removed all these code changes, and I've now put them over here, so I'm not in risk of changing main. And I can go ahead and create a new branch. So git checkout. Let's see, -b, we'll say new branch. And all of these things, right? So I just created this real quick. Just created a new branch. And all of these changes now exist up here. And I can do a command. So this was git stash to get here. And to put all these changes now into here. So let's push them from here to here, right? Is a command called git stash pop. So I've now removed all these code changes and I've put them to a stashing area. And then now I've now put all this code over here into the new branch line of work. So I could say git stash pop, boom. And all of these changes are now added to the new branch. And if we go git checkout main, we'll see that no changes have occurred. Or the changes that have occurred, we can go ahead and delete. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So all these changes, who cares? They're done. You could delete it. You could reset your head, if you will. So it actually should be deleted. Let's see what's going on here. Roll them back like this. So I just pressed this arrow key, delete files, boom. And now our main branch, you can see there's no star here. And let's try that git checkout -f one more time. But there's no changes on the main branch, which is obviously super important. So let's go back to new branch, where there are a bunch of changes, or there should be a bunch of changes. Let's see, git stash pop one more time. Okay, looks like I might have messed that up a bit. Not a big deal. Let's go back to main real quick. And let's say npx. Let's try one more time. These are significant changes as well. But okay, let's delete all of this. We'll run through making a bunch of changes again. I think it might be a little different with a larger project, being that I'm building project directories and config files. So let's go ahead and git add this to main. Git commit, we'll say change project. And then I'll go ahead and push these things to GitHub. And so main is up to date, and then let's add a bunch of changes now. Let's pretend we built a Next.js project and I added changes to main, and I didn't want to do that. See, there's a star right there, and let's say git stash right here. And then now I can go check out the new branch and git stash. Well, actually, sorry guys, this was a horrible example because now this is all messed up too. So hold on. Let's go git checkout main. I'll say git checkout -b. We'll say new -main. We'll delete that other branch in a sec. And we're now in new main, and I could say git stash pop, and you can see that all these changes are here from main. It should be here, but we actually wanted to show our changes right here. And here they are when I do git stash pop. So now when I go git checkout main, there shouldn't be any changes. Again, there are for some reason, but the point is we can stash a lot of code here and then push it to a stashing area. I might be missing one step in my working directory, but that is certainly a tool to use in GitHub. The next thing I want to do is actually build all these commands into one command. So it's kind of a lazy thing, but I do this quite frequently. Is I'll go to my package.json. Let's see. And I will build a git push command. And what this will be is a git add command. I'll say I'll say git commit. I'll say clean code. And I would recommend only doing this for personal projects. I would not do this in enterprise work. But this way, and maybe even before, you want to have like a type checking or ESLint. I actually do have a video on this in my Learn. It's ESLint commands. Let me show you guys the video actually real quick. We can say YouTube program with Pags. Let's go to my YouTube, and you guys can watch the video on. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one right here. Be lazy and write linting and TypeScripts instead of using CLI. So basically, I'm doing this in a clean way, where I'm adding all of my GitHub commands in one deal. So I could just say git push, and it will do all of those commands instead of having to enter them every time myself. So so it's kind of a cheeky way to get around it, but it's quick. Then I don't have to worry about all three commands. It's just a really fast way to do things. So that's kind of my tips is project management system. Definitely consider TeamSyncer. It's an amazing tool that I handcrafted. Or at the very least, use Jira or Bitbucket or something to manage your project alongside of your version control. And then Git Stash is a very, very useful tool. There's a ton of things you can do too. GitHub is packed with a ton of different command line features and ways to undo branch changes and ways to roll back commits. Maybe down the road I could get more granular with those as well, of dealing with huge headaches. But and then finally, just the git push package.json command, just to make it an easy way to commit early and commit often, because you just need to go to your command line and just say git push, and then it'll take care of everything for you. That way you're committing early and committing often. So I hope that helps, guys. I hope that's a lot of advice for you guys, and thank you so much for watching the series. I will see you on the next one.